right, so for folks who might be online, sorry, it's a late start, tight. You got a sound guy. We have a sound engineer right there.
Test 1, 2.
Hey everybody!
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready for the FUMO party, and she needs to be up. We're going to talk to
Gene Dodson, can you hear me? Not yet?
He's the target audience right now. He's the sound man in the far back. Well, we had a barbecue for Finnamon in 2022, and it was because they had a ceremony for Finn in Illinois. Since they did it in Illinois, we were able to have a relaxed time here with his friends, and a lot of you were here for a barbecue. And my mom saw it, and she said, I think I'll change what I wanted. She wanted a ceremony in somewhere Lake Murray Boulevard, Lutheran church. She said, well, let's just do an Elvis barbecue. So that's what we're gonna do. And I think, did she hand these to you?
Yes, she did.
Oh. Amble has something we don't know about.
So these are from Farmore. She gave them right to me before she passed on. And she said, Mandalay, can you keep a secret? Okay. When the boys were little, they collected football cards. Each card would tell the story of a person's life.
Remember those days?
There were so many good teams. The Miami Dolphins, the Minnesota Vikings, the Los Angeles Rams. But one team stood out among all the rest.
Who could it be?
The Tom Landry Dallas Cowboys. They had Bob Lilly, Don Meredith, Calvin Hill, Roger Staubach, Lance Allworth, Dwayne Thomas, Chuck Halley, and too many more All-Stars. So, I made football cards for all the people in my life. Do you and your dad want to go through them? You never know. There might be some Dallas Cowboys in there.
Okay, I think we're gonna go through them right now.
Okay, so number 74 is Michael Farmhouse, Buffa, the Bob Lilly of Valdres.
If you don't know, that's Fummo's father, and Fummo's nickname is Farmore, and there was a kid who didn't say it right. She became Fummo. Her father is Buffa, that's another nickname. He was the original Dallas Cowboy because he was Bob Lilly. And anyone that knows the Cowboys knows that that was the first draft person they ever got. They got him from a place called TCU. Well, guess what? Mikhail Thunhus, my father, was a perfect diplomat for Valdres, which is the valley she grew up in. So this is card number 1.
And if you want to know how Farmore got the name Famo, Brianna right there. Yeah, you couldn't say it.
I thought everybody did.
No.
We're blaming it on you. We're drinking beer and we're going to blame you. We see you there.
So the next up is more, the warmest human on earth, and my mom too.
All right, let's see what she says about Mumu. The boys weren't old enough to meet her, which is true because she died in early 76, I think. So I guess everyone has to take my word on the fact she is the warmest human being there is.
Mm-hmm. And number 17 is Eric Farmhouse, Dandy Don Meredith.
There is a Don Meredith. And let's see what she says about Don Meredith. Who is the most charming cowboy ever? That's my brother. You better learn Norwegian because you're going to want to talk to Eric Thunhus.
And now we have the Valdres handball team champions.
So what you guys don't know is there's a sport in Norway called handball. And my mom started her own team in Valdres. Well, they weren't supposed to beat this one team. That was the hip cute crew. But guess what? They did. And Tomo says, we were the 1975 Cowboys. We were underdogs and became the champs.
And number 12 is Tullamore, high school and friend handball champ.
All right, let's see. This is true. You see Tullamore's name everywhere in the house. It's her best friend from Valdres. She was our co-captain. That makes her my Roger Staubach.
So now we have Gurry and Bob from 1960 Chicago.
So when she moved to Chicago, it was 1960, and she had a bunch of Norwegians that were here already. 2 of them were Guri and Bob. So a Valdres girl goes to America and meets Guri and Bob. You got to call that good luck.
And number 56 is Shell Amble, Hollywood Henderson Dallas Cowboys.
This was tricky to pick which one he was, but guess what? He has the gift of the gab. We met in Chicago 1960. The rest is history.
And now we have Larry Samovar, San Diego State of 1962.
Thank you. Okay, the Samovars were with us for all our Christmas So many Christmases together, and Larry was a godfather. He was one of two best friends for Shell. You're going to have to pay attention because the next one is coming up.
Pat Samovar.
Pat was one of my best friends. What does that say?
And number 55 is George Nielsen, aka Leroy Jordan of the Dallas Cowboys.
Where is Eric? Eric's out there somewhere. He's hovering. Oh, there he is. Do you like that, Leroy Jordan?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
That's a compliment. This guy was, if this guy is your friend, then you did something right. This was Shell's second best friend, the gentleman of Alpine.
Mm-hmm. The Duchess of Alpine, Jean Nielsen.
There is a Duchess. She got the nickname from our dad because she had way too many dresses and they had to help move. That's how it got started. They moved to Alpine. So let's see. This lady was better than any friend could be. You know what life was without her? It was like English tea without milk and sugar.
Greg Nielsen.
There's a Hilda Davis, and she said, and she had 5 daughters. And I think Eric remembers this, but I was the only one there at the time with Eric. She said if I could have a son, it would be Greg Nielsen.
And number 75 is Paul Nielsen, the Deacon Jones of the Los Angeles Rams.
We have a Ram in here, okay. All our boys thought Paul was so cool. And you want to know why? Because he was that cool. Paul, you're our Deacon Jones.
And number 19 is Eric Nielsen, Johnny U of the Baltimore Colts.
This is true. He wore 19 in high school. And it was inspired by Johnny U. I wish all the Nielsens could be in my life as long as you've been. You're the number 19 in our family. You and Johnny Unitas, of course.
Bob Pearson.
There's a Bob Pearson. Oh, there's here. Okay. Bob Pearson was a rock star on Mono Lake. That's the street that we grew up. And Shirley is there.
Shirley Pearson.
Shirley, you're the opera singer with a voice. So lucky we ended up together.
Bobby Pearson.
You'll always be Daddy's little girl. You two had such a nice relationship.
And number 72 is Scott Pearson, Too Tall Jones, Dallas Cowboys.
We grew up with Scott Pearson. What happened to, oh, there he is. We grew up with Scott Pearson, and he's Finn's best friend, so what else is there to say?
Nan Pearson.
When life gets boring, we all need a spunky person, and that's Nan. And if you knew Nan, you would know that's true.
Eugene Dotson.
Oh!
TextGram General Manager.
Everyone gets a good title today. Let's see what FOMO says. This guy put a man on the moon, which is true. Then he made a few $1 million. We won't ask how many. You're the big picture guy, like Tex Schramm, who is the businessman cowboy.
Linda Dotson.
We got a story from Linda. She made parenting look so easy. And so FOMO said, Jeff is so nice at our house. And Linda said, well, guess what? He's not nice at our house.
And number 39 is Jeff Dotson, the Larry Skonska of Miami Dolphins.
First Miami Dolphin. This one is a sentimental one. It says, Roger Daltrey said America helped England in 2 wars, not 1 war, 2 wars. And America and England always remembers. That's from Roger Daltrey, bless his heart. Well, Jeff was there to help our family in bad times. We're like England, we always remember that. Can you see what this says?
Hey Larry Sonka, Tom Landry just traded for you. Consider yourself a Dallas Cowboy.
Oh, we have a trade.
I know.
And then now we have Michaela Dotson, who we like to think of as Melania Trump.
And if you don't know, let me tell you about Michaela's life. So here's Foma talking to her. Hey, Michaela, I know America, it's not as good as Europe, of course. But you do live in a mansion that looks at the Pacific Ocean. So maybe it's not as bad as you think it is.
And now we have Jeffrey Dotson of Dallas Cowboys.
He's the son of Jeff. He's in the Czech Republic right now. This guy is the next Elon Musk. I wonder where you'll end up, and I'll keep up on the news.
Dami Dotson.
What would she say about Dami? Well, all the girls love a tall surfer dude, even if he doesn't surf.
Now we have Jim Rode.
Hey, look, it's Mr. Cool driving down the street in a gold Jaguar. Remember those days? And an English Jaguar. What a great family friend.
Carol Rode.
Carol Road, another gem. How many vacations did our boys have with the Roads?
Cindy Rode.
Okay, here's Cindy Road, and by the way, we have Michael, her son. Cindy couldn't be here, Jay couldn't be here. Okay, Cindy, you know how some people are perfect and it makes you sick? Well, guess what? Everyone better get medicine because she is perfect.
Kenny Rode with the San Diego Chargers.
This is the first Charger. The San Diego Chargers, not even LA. So when you're really cool, people say, I wonder where he is. Well, we wonder where he is. That makes you very cool, Mr. Kenny.
Jay Torgensen, offensive line.
Offensive line. Not specified which position. It could be anything. Because Jay is as solid as rock, so you could put him anywhere on the line. You put a guy like that on our offensive line and we'll win every time.
Eleanor, the Grossmont Hospital days.
Oh. Eleanor is in black and white stripes. Let's see what she says about Eleanor. Say we have some fun work days or what? And I met your sister, so I got 2 for the price of 1.
Sarah from the San Diego Padres.
We got a Padre.
It's on her watch too.
Thanks for always caring about me and seeing how I'm doing.
And now we have Louis from the San Diego Padres. Number 19.
I don't know if 19 means anything on that team. Famo says, I know I took a lot of Sarah's time, but go Padres, please.
And number 14 is Marty McCord of the San Diego Chargers.
Oh, she's way over there. Stage left. Let's see. She is an original San Diego Charger. So you were lieutenant colonel in the Army. Well, guess what? I guess the Army likes to kill with kindness, huh?
And now we have Marsha, my neighbor.
Oh, there she is. How many fun times and gourmet meals did we have at the Glen? Yeah, a lot.
Betty Becker.
Okay, Betty Becker. She used to be Betty Barr, and we know her as Betty Becker. You were the original Four Seasons member. It was partly about playing the piano, but guess what? It was mainly about being friends.
And now we have, as number 70 of the Minnesota Vikings, Elbjerg, Jim Marshall, a very special player.
Elbjerg is over there, and Jim Marshall means something to everyone, especially the Viking fans. So you want to know the greatest Viking, it's number 70, Jim Marshall. He was the player that started it all for Bud Grant. He played 20 years and was in 4 Super Bowls.
When people ask about Bud Grant, When people ask Bud Grant about his players, he says he respects them equally. So they say if they're equal, then how do you describe Jim Marshall?
You know what Bud Grant says? Well, he can't call anyone uniquely different, so he says, Jim Marshall, well, I gotta admit, he's a very special player.
When people ask me about my friends, I say they're all wonderful. I love them equally. And when they say, how would you describe Elbjörg?
I say, Elbjörg, well, she's a very special friend.
Kay Malik and the whole Malik family.
Kay Malik, she's right there somewhere. Oh, there she is. Thanks for the time with Ed, Ginger, Donna, you, Casey, Shannon, Murphy, and Tiger. And if anyone wants to know who took us to Disneyland, it should have been our dad and mom. It wasn't our dad and mom, it was our mom plus Ginger Malik who offered. She heard all about us wanting to go, and she took us in this big Chevy. It was your two-door Chevy, the famous one. Monte Carlo.
Mr. Thomas, U.S. retired Navy.
Oh, we have something here from Mr. Thomas. Guess what? He's up here yelling at the TV.
Al Bucher.
This is a special person. You know, there are two Al Buchers. Each one has two sides. The sweet side and it's nice, but the best side is the salty side.
Kitty Bucher.
I'm pretty sure she was a Dallas Cowboy or just Mother of the Year, one of the two.
Nick Bucher.
Nick Bucher's in a hat. And he's not dressed the way I remember, because Thomas says in elementary school he wore white leather dress shoes. He was classy from day one.
Mike Bucher.
I wonder where he is now. I heard he's some type of businessman in the steel industry, which is true.
And number 43, we have Matt Bucher of the Dallas Cowboys, Cliff Harris.
Cliff Harris, was that a good pick? Pretty good. Ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know it, but this is the second Al Bucher.
And now we have Tim Gamel.
Tim isn't here, but he was one of my best students before he turned into John Coltrane with his saxophone.
And now we have Bill Kernis.
Bill Kearns. And yes, he was the what W.C. Fields of La Jolla. He had the perfect personality. He had Christmas parties. He played the ukulele with everyone. And the parties got so big that he eventually had to give up.
Solveig.
This is Solveig, and this lady is classy. This is a classy lady of La Jolla, and we're always going to miss her.
Eric.
Eric couldn't be here. Guess what? He was the original surfer in her life. I believe he was the first surfer that we knew of. Right?
Charlie.
Here's Charlie. Guess what? Jesus is in your life in a nice way, and it's so nice when you talk about the Bible and all the things you're doing.
North of the 8. Want to meet the band? I wanted my favorite band to play music at today's. Then I decided that I just want them to come over and drink beer. The band name?
North of the 8. They couldn't be here. I guess they have a gig, but we're going to talk about them anyway. Otherwise, when I drink beer with them next time, I won't have a story.
Diego Alvarado.
I can say this to the men. You know how nice it is to be a simple man? Well, Diego's a simple man. He loves La Mesa, his Telecaster, and his woman. I don't have to redo that one. Anyway, you get the picture.
Okay, Tara Alvarado.
Oh, this will make up for it. Every love song Diego writes is all about her. So what does that say?
Adrian Cortez.
He's not here. He's about 6'5". And Foma says, do you know what ladies call this guy? A tall drink of water. So, thirsty anyone?
Jessica Cortez.
Jessica's a blonde lady from Sweden. And this is a true story here. Adrian says a guy doesn't need life insurance if his lady is hot enough. Can you imagine knocking on this lady's door and saying, I'm selling insurance? You know what? Next time, I'll just...
Azalea Cortez.
Azalea is a young person who doesn't mind hanging out with us. And she plays guitar and she loves being part of the family and the band. She's a young version of Joan Jett, so keep your TV tuned to MTV.
Roy Auer.
Roy couldn't be here. He's another Caltrans guy. And Roy and Adrian were the young guns of Caltrans. So Fromo says, you know, you two were such good friends, and then I heard you were hanging out with Tor. I said, look like you're hanging with a bad crowd now.
Is that right?
No, you just put this in.
Okay. Technical difficulties.
Reorganizing the roster.
We've recovered.
And number 32 is Dr. David Elm of the Los Angeles Lakers.
We have a basketball card in here. And there's a reason. Dave, he's quite the cool guy. He's not a cowboy, he's an LA Laker. His nickname was Kareem Abdul-Elm in Nebraska. First he was a Nebraska boy, now he's a Colorado doctor. That's not so bad.
Kathy Raudebush, aka the Angel, MASH of 4077.
So her team is the MASH. She was a nurse and Jen's mom. Well, Jennifer, guess what? I was going to tell her all about your life, but she already knows.
Jason Elm, the trained man.
Jason isn't here, and it's probably because he's taking care of business. And Foma says the trains run on time when this guy is on duty.
The boys thought this guy was as good as any Dallas Cowboy.
It could only be one person.
Elvis.
Elvis! Elvis, guess what? You became part of the family the first time Shell heard It's Now or Never. You're definitely a Dallas Cowboy.
And number 59 is Finnamon, all-star defensive lineman of the Patrick Henry Patriots.
Finnamon, number 59, Finnamon was supposed to be here, and I could always talk to him about anything.
Laura.
Where are the other kids? Oh, okay. They're wearing dark and they're hiding in. She's the Illinois mama. Thank you for being in our family. Finn met her when she was just a nurse. Can you imagine being a patient and that chick is your nurse?
Ava Amble, the princess.
Oh, we love this one. There's a story about her that's been living all along. She demanded to be fed and she was starving, and her father, the doctor, went driving all around and she refused every single thing, and he ended up in McDonald's. And at McDonald's, she didn't even order the cheeseburger, she ordered French toast. Well, Eva, you'll always be our princess, and we know you don't eat cheeseburgers.
And from Chevy General Motors, we have Kellen Amble.
This is a registered trademark, too. Let's see what she says. This guy loves his Chevy truck and a good cheeseburger, bless his heart. He's so different from his sister.
And for number 89, we have Christian Amble, the Bear, and Dallas Cowboy.
There is a Chicago Bear by the name of Mike Ditka. And there is a Dallas Cowboy by the name of Mike Ditka. And Christian did have a nickname of the Bear. I think he had a temper tantrum of some sort. We'll never know. But Foma has something to say. His mom and dad did call him the Bear, and the Cowboys had a bear, and he was one of our favorite, Iron Mike Ditka. He's not a cowboy. I'm sorry, he's not a bear. He'll always be a cowboy. He'll always be a cowboy.
And number 44 is Tormon, the 5 o'clock club.
Let's see what she would say. The Redskin fans might know this, and football fans might know this. The running back was John Riggins, and he had a 5 o'clock club. They would drink beer and eat food. And Fama says, guess what? You should show up with your barbecue meatloaf. They would love you so much. But by the way, don't tell them you're a Cowboy fan.
And number 19 is Mandalay, Dallas Cowboys. Woo! Lance Alworth, Bambi.
Lance Allworth was a Cowboy, and I think he might have been a Charger too. But his great days were with the Cowboys because he got a Super Bowl ring. If he were here, he'd tell us which one he is. But guess what? Today he's similar to Manley. Remember all the fun trips to Keels? Manley would drive Fummel every week to Keels, and the two of them would go together, and Fummel would hang on to the car because it was hard to see. So Famo says, guess what? I could see just fine. I just wanted to hang out.
And now we have Sedona, aka Sassy Sedona.
Oh, there's Sassy Sedona. You're not even a cowboy. You're a cowboy cheerleader. So stay spunky, pretty please.
And number 22 is Pyramon, John Capoletti of the Los Angeles Rams.
This is a special person, John Capoletti. He was Penn State, and then Los Angeles Rams, and then the San Diego Chargers. Well, Pyramon, thanks for the wonderful years and always being a rock. You love the Rams, you love the Chargers. Well, guess what? John was both.
And now we have Julie Sanford plus Amble.
Oh, she's inside. That's okay. She can hear. Your family is a Kennedy family of Santa Barbara. It's a champion. You've been a champion tennis player, now a champion runner. Where to next?
And now we have Michaela Amble, the first grandchild.
She was the first. I know it's hard for all of us to find our home. This is a sentimental one. There's Norway and Colorado and so many other great places, but in Santa Barbara you do have all your family and friends, so maybe you already have a home.
And now we have Brianna Maya Lane.
This will make sense. Brianna, you're my favorite Seinfeld character. You want to know what that show would be like without you? It would be a show about nothing.
And now we have Kira.
Oh, Kira's there. She's wearing dark and, yeah, sunglasses. First she's surfing in California, then she's skiing in Colorado. I can't keep up, but even now I keep trying.
And for number 22, the Dallas Cowboys, we have Brother Zebediah. Yeah. The Bullet Bob Hayes.
I have to point him out, otherwise you won't. He's Brother Zebediah right there. Once you look at him, you'll know he's Brother Zebediah. Well, guess what? Brother Zebediah is a strong, silent type, and he runs track like number 22, Bullet Bob Hayes.
Is your phone on? The Cowboys are calling. Now we have Malia, the young one.
Oh, she's so cool wearing sunglasses. Malia, you're starting a new life. Guess what? Maybe Brianna isn't the only Seinfeld character because you are a marine biologist.
Mandalay, did you know the Dallas Cowboys had a special unit? It's a group that comes in when times are tough. Your mom has a special unit when times are tough.
I think they're called the Golden Girls. And there are two of them. The other one couldn't be here. It's Jamie and Jen S. That's just how.
Jen Snyder, Golden Girls.
This lady started the whole thing.
Jamie, Golden Girls.
When Tom's around, thank him for all the times that you've spent with them because they love having you with them.
Melissa.
On their behalf, that is.
Melissa, Golden Girls.
Melissa couldn't be here, but this will explain Melissa. This lady tells it like it really is, and the Marines call that a no BS assessment.
Guess what? We finished the whole deck.
Of course, I might be missing one Dallas Cowboy. Golden Girls? Who am I missing?
Golden Girls, I'm deaf. Say it loud.
I thought you were going to yell. Okay.
Well, if Melissa were here, it would work like a charm. We're thinking there's one more card in the deck.
Mandalay, did you know that the boys would always have one last card that they would show their friends last? It was a card they would never trade away.
Guess what? I have one last card.
Dallas Cowboys, Jennifer Amble.
She says, just between the two of us.
On my first day in heaven.
They said, how do you like it? Well, I said, it sounds strange, but on earth I had an angel. Do you know if she's coming? Mama wants her family and friends to know one thing. You're the Dallas Cowboys of her life. Here might have an idea of what to do now.
It's actually weather warning. Thank you all for coming here. I'm just going to give you a quick weather announcement. We are monitoring things. It could start raining again. If it does, and if it's uncomfortable for Southern California, means 2 to 3 drops or more, then we will probably just take things inside the best we can, and then people could feel free to go if you want to. But if we're in the middle of things that need to continue, so we'll go inside for whoever wants to squeeze in. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that. With that, I'm going to go back to tour, whatever you guys want.
We're going to mill among ourselves for a little bit.
Dad, I think Michaela has something
Okay,
to say.
good. I'm going to start with Michaela. The idea with the barbecue is the Friends of Finn would talk about his life, and I needed to ask someone to start. And if Michaela can start, then I can go around the crowd and find out who's next. Here's number one grandchild, wearing her sunglasses and her dark suit.
Yeah. Plus, yeah.
Michaela, tell everybody why. Okay. Hi everyone, my name's Michaela, if I haven't had the chance to meet you. I am the oldest grandchild who does not have the musical ability to figure out how the mic stand stays up. Good enough. Like I said, good enough. So Aunt Jen asked me to explain what I'm wearing. This is called the bunad, or a festdrakt to the people who actually know what a bunad is. This is a knockoff. The real one is Leah has on. They're stunning and they're handmade by like important people in a person's family before their confirmation in Norway. I was able to spend the last couple of years there and kind of undo all the hard work that both my grandparents did to migrate to America. And so that's where I got this, and it was so special to me to get to kind of like ask my grandma and my farmor about like what she liked about Norway and get to experience it for myself. So that is the nature of this. And then I did write a little something. Right into the mic. Much more better. Oh. Okay. All right. When I was younger, I remember being at a house in Norway, and somebody told me how lucky I was that my farmor was such a special person. A couple of things stuck out from this. First, what do you mean my farmor? She is farmor. That's her name. I was wrong, as you all know. It was Ragnhild, but I didn't know that. But I do know that she truly embodied and was farmor. She was always humming and tapping, whether it was the air or any sturdy surface, including our backs, our arms, or our legs. She would tell us the same stories of the troll or the pancake with various character voices for all of the characters for the 1,000th time. When we would visit there was always Norwegian chocolate in the pantry or on our pillows, depending on how much notice we gave. And then with time, this evolved into cheese plates and a glass of Menage a Trois wine, which was her favorite. These became my favorite memories with her. The late night moments where we would laugh and where she would open up about her past adventures and stories. Okay. The second part of the House of Norway conversation that stuck out to me was how incredible she was, which is how I knew that this man was in fact talking about my farmor. She had an impressive resolve to always know and do what she wanted. When she was a kid, she almost died from the measles, and when asked about this, she replied she couldn't understand why her mother and nurse were so worried. She had more life to live. When she was proposed to for the first time, she turned him down because it wasn't exactly right. And when she met a fellow Norman at a party in Chicago, she knew it was. She got a psych degree in her 60s, took belly dancing classes in her 70s, Norway hiking trips in her 80s, into living in her own home with plenty of help, and leaving us in her sleep in her bed in her 90s. Because of her ambition, her drive, and her sparkle for life, she lived without regrets. Jeg skal sovne deg alltid, og fremover skal jeg fortelle alle om deg. Takk for nå, og vi snakkes. Kjære family.
Thank you, Michaela. we have a Psalms 23 that Fuma wanted to read. Before you come up, I'm just going to tell them I started drinking and cooking and enjoying life, and I forgot to talk to who wanted to speak, but I didn't get the feeling that I missed anyone. So I think this is Psalms 23 time.
Oh, yeah, I think so. Y'all can hear me good? Right on.
That's King Thompson. He's the only one that counts.
Gene, you got me? Right on. Okay. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup with overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So I took it upon myself. I wanted to look into the meaning of this. Wow, sorry. Public speaking is not for me.
Look right into the mic.
So yeah, I wanted to see and search for understanding and why this was chosen to be read today. I found it highlights finding joy through your journey of life, and to provide comfort in times of sorrow. Sorry. Let's use this message. Let's use this message to help carry on the legacy of Ronnie Amble, or her Fatima, to her greatest blessings, and embrace the journey of life. Bad things and sad things will happen, but that shouldn't stop us from living a beautiful, enjoyable, and meaningful life. Love those around you while you can, and have no regrets, as this is what Fatima would have wanted for all of us. And her memory will live on through all these actions if we choose to live this way.
Tor asked me to say something loud, so I'll do that. Last.
There's a reason. He's going to say something, then it's going to be Elvis Can't Help Falling in Love. That's how
Okay,
it's
there we
supposed to
go. Well, first of all, I do want to thank everyone for coming. This is, great cross section of Fumble's life. There is more to that, both here and in Norway and many places. She had a positive effect on so many people. I guess, I just talk from my own experience growing up. It was kind of normal for us to have Norwegian parents. It wasn't normal for our friends. It was kind of unusual, but they just both had an infectious personality, so all our friends were attracted to our parents and wanted to be here and part of our lives, and that was awesome. I didn't know how or why, it's just the way it was. And in so doing, Mom also affected a lot of people, both in her, teaching, piano, and then later on, helping people with music and being an inspiration for music. Also, you're talking somewhat about learning Norwegian. She helped many people learn Norwegian, and so she was just a positive influence on everyone. And the thing that amazes me, not just now, I've thought about this a lot, is she's kind of understated in a way, but she did grow up in the country in Norway during World War II, and things were not as easy as us just going on YouTube and learning to do an X, Y, or Z. But she learned the piano because there's a farm next over that had a teacher, and then she had to go farther away during the war to learn the piano. She did that and perfected that. She wanted to learn English. She learned that in school, and she wanted to get better at it. So she went to England and worked there for a year, and went to Cambridge and took the language. And that's a country girl. Comes back, all of a sudden she's this remarkable person who has got a great skill, and then she's successful in business. Then she decides, well, I'm going to go to U.S. because I want to go to U.S. So she does that, meets Dad, but she also, gets a job in Chicago. And, you know, Mikhail, I don't, if I overlap on your story, I'm sorry, it's just so perfect because she went to a placement agency and had a great interview with them, told them all the stuff she could do, and then she's there in the office and the placement person is making phone calls to another business. And so she could overhear the conversation, the person say, hey, I got this perfect person for you. She's so good, she knows all this stuff, great at shorthand, great at English, great at all X, Y, Z. And so mom was saying, oh man, I don't even have a chance at this job. And then realizing the person was talking about her. So that was the positive effect she had. And then she had, she somehow stepped out of her bubble. I think, coming out of Norway and the farming roots, which was awesome, she stepped out of that bubble, but she didn't burst it. So here she had this whole life here, but you don't realize this huge life she had in Norway, not just in Valdres, but on my father's side of the family, and made a positive, huge effect on everyone. So, and that's all across the country in different places. So she has all these different microcosms, and then you just hear about it, and it's just an amazing thing. She was a great effect on us, great effect on the grandkids, and she'll always be special. And I'm so happy about being part of her life, but also her healthy view on life in general. So this is a sad day, but it's a happy day too, and get to be here with all our family and friends. So we love you all. We love Famo. If she is controlling the weather, don't worry about the rain. It'll be okay.
And you gotta say thank you very much.
Okay, and furthermore, thank you very much.
Anyone need beer and wine?
And just one more announcement. If anyone who has to go, that is fine. We're taking a break while Tor gets some music stuff set up. We're going to do a little bit of music for you. And then we're going to end with a special performance that we recorded with Shirley Pearson. And so we'll be doing that. We're just taking a break to get things set up. So for those who want to hang out, just hang tight for a few minutes if you don't mind.
I enjoyed it. But even then, it didn't register. I know, but I did.
It's not gonna fit.
kid. And so, of course, it's a hassle kind of.
There you go.
I remember saying one
Okay, everyone, we're about ready to have a couple speakers come on up. We're going to have Marty come on up, and then Shirley will come up and say a couple things, and then we'll do a couple songs. So, Marty, when you've got a moment, come on down, and we'll get folks from out of the room.
Marty, Marty, Marty. I need cheerleaders.
This one is a little more reliable. Let's see.
I just had to say something. I'm not comfortable up in front of a lot of people, but Ronnie was such a special person for me, and I think of the word friendship, and you want somebody that's there to support you in the good and the bad times. That woman was. I had some really tough times I was going through with my own family just around the corner, and she was always there for me. And after they passed, she invited me to all the Amble affairs. Every time there was a holiday, or I always got an invitation to join the family. So she's just so special to me that I wanted to say something. And this will be the harder part. I searched high and low for a song. We had two things that really connect us: schnauzers and music. And the music I can do something for. I looked high and low for a song that how I felt about her, and the traditional kind of goodbye songs didn't work for me. So I went to my Irish roots and found this old Irish ballad, Goodbye My Old Friend, and I like to try to do the last verse just a cappella to it's so special that I might not get through it. So I have cheerleaders support structure here to help. But let's see. Goodbye, my old friend. I have to let you go now. You were the gentle breeze that light upon my way. I know you won't be far. You're that angel on my shoulder. So goodbye, my old friend. We'll meet again someday. So goodbye, my old friend. We'll meet again someday. Thank you.
Shirley Pearson, come on down.
Yes, Shirley!
Yeah.
She would have loved that.
Good escort, yeah, it's a little shaky here, but
Okay,
there we
thanks.
Okay. So for those of you that don't know me, tell you that the Ambles and the Pearsons have been friends since 1966. Tor and Per were born that summer, and my daughter Nan that same year. We lived across the street from one another, and we became fast. We had so many memories together. I would take up all of your afternoon just describing. I wrote this on the plane coming in yesterday, and I must say it was the roughest ride I've ever had. So my writing goes up and down. So bear with me while I try to get through this. If we're lucky, we will have someone in our lives that has a profound influence on our lives. Ragnhild is that person to me. And I know I'm speaking in the present tense when I say she is that person in my life, because she will always live in my heart. When my family, well, first of all, we moved from here to Indiana, and then when my family moved back to San Diego in 2002, the Ambles and the Pearsons hooked up again. Ragnhild and Tor and I were having lunch one day, and true to form, after lunch there was music. So Ragnhild played the piano, and she asked me to sing. And up to this time in my life, the only singing that I had done was lullabies and in the church choir. After a bit, Tor suggested to me, I think you should take some singing lessons.
Out of context.
So there was a bit of a mixed message there. Ragnhild hooked me up with a teacher, and one thing led to another. I went from singing teacher to vocal coach. Other influences in my life led me to become Miss Senior California in 2008, and then on to Atlantic City, where I was Miss Senior America 2008 first runner-up. So I guess the people that organized that don't like the idea of somebody coming in second, so they called it first runner-up. So I tell you this story not because it's about me, but it's because about Ragnhild and the positive influence that she had on me, and Tor, of course, in my singing lessons. Without her interest and her constant encouragement, none of that would have been possible for me. Her bubbling and effervescent personality just made the people around her happy. Ragnhild opened up a whole new world, a world full of enjoyment and love of music. Scott and Bobby, my children, and I have a daughter, Nan, but she didn't take lessons from Ragnhild, but Scott and Bobby took piano lessons from her, and pretty soon, Furley's and the Scott Joplin music rocked our house. She said about Bobby that she had a delicate but solid touch, a natural instinct for music. About Scott, she said he played the piano with gusto. Now, any other piano teacher would have said he just pounds the hell out of it. But Ragnhild said, no, he plays with gusto, and that's the kind of person that she was. And if you are wondering how after the 50 years that I can remember so clearly the compliments that she paid to my children, I must say that any mother remembers all of the comments all of their lives for all of their children. So your mom, Pierre and Tor and assorted grandchildren, brought a richness to our lives that would not have been possible without her. So our family was lucky to have her present in our lives. Yes, absolutely and profoundly lucky. Ragnhild, may the choir of angels lead you to heaven. Rest in peace, my dear friend. I love you.
Thank you so much for
Play your song.
I think she's going to.
So get together.
Yeah, so. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're going to wrap up with a couple things. Is there any other stuff you want to do, Tor? Oh, okay. And we wanted to do. There's something she mentioned that struck a chord with us because we're Elvis fans. But she asked us to sing "How Great Thou Art," and so we thought we'd give that a shot. We have some vocal talent, not here, but I see somebody in the back named Jean Dotson. We have Marty over here. We have Jennifer down there somewhere, and the rest of you guys are vocal talent too. We're gonna just hand out a few sheets so you can sing along. Jean, you said you know this by heart, right? You got this. Okay, no paperwork for Jean. So we're gonna hand this out. We'll just give it a shot. Jennifer, where are you? All right, Jennifer and Marty, come on up because we need you guys to set the key. Come on up. You're gonna set the key.
I'm like all over.
He's a pro. He'll do any key.
And I'm just going to let people know, even after the official stuff goes, we're going to drink beer and we'll probably get back on that. So anyone can come and go as they see.
We're gonna need beer.
So I appreciate it. However you guys want, you guys start. Once you got all the music out, we'll give it a shot. Yep.
Oh Lord my God, when I in awesome wonder consider all the worlds thy hands have made, I see the stars, I hear the rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe displayed. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. When Christ shall
my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art.
Okay, this needs a little bit of setup, but this again is our friend Shirley Pearson, who has a beautiful voice. She sang Ave Maria, and we have a recording of that, and that's what we're playing here. Shirley, is there anything else? Okay, it's just beautiful. I've already listened to it. It's wonderful. So we're going to try and get the audio to work. And all right, Shirley, thank you very much for bringing that. That is beautiful. I always knew you had a beautiful voice. I can't ever remember you needing singing lessons. Can't believe Tor said that. But it was.
Nice to meet other musicians.
Okay, whatever.
Start jamming with the other musicians in that group.
But I do remember, I was always impressed by that you, every time you were interacting with Mom and Tor, and there would be music involved, and it was really neat that, here's Shirley, she's got this beautiful voice, and Tor just brings out some instruments, and you guys play together, and I'm glad that was a motivation for you. She's been motivation for a lot of us, so really appreciate you bringing that, and you representing the great Pearson family, and shout out to Bobby and Nan, and we love those guys. So with that said, I think that's about it. We're just going to kind of be hanging out, and we appreciate everyone coming. And anyone who wants to hang out and just chill, have more beverages and food, you're welcome to do so. But so ends the festivities. Thank you all.